Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is September 26th, 2017, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the economic events of the day, just two real events coming up today, starting out at 4 o'clock South African time. Consumer confidence number, that's a big number, okay? That's a very important number that's coming out later today, and we'll look at the Dow Jones in just a moment. But before that, we have 6:45 South African time. Fed Chairman will be making a speaking engagement and probably be speaking about the rate decision last week and how it's affecting the markets. But let's see what's been going on in the market. So we're looking here at the Euro USD, and after a long time of since April, we've come to a position where we've actually retraced, okay, significantly and broke the trend line for the first time, as you can see here on a weekly chart. Now let's highlight this a little bit. Since April, since the mid of April, we gapped up, okay, and then we just continued rallying up, a nice uptrend. So it's April, May, June, July, August, 5 months that we've pretty much been on an uptrend, and now we're finally okay. Now the question is how far will the correction manifest itself? Okay, so right here we're just closing in on our next support level, 1820 right here. Okay, if we do break that, then we could certainly see ourselves retracing back into the 1730 level. Okay, I don't think we'll be breaching the 115-ish level. I don't think that we're going to get that far down, but I do think that there's going to be a new range that we'll be trading in until a new trend is actually developing. So there's still opportunities trading the Euro USD. For right now, it's on the downside. Okay, but just be careful because this thing has really been taking on new territory. So for it to go back to its highs, it's very easy. Looking at the GBP USD as well, we retraced after making this resistance level at 136. Also, we've had a very decent rally of over 800 pips since the beginning of August, okay, and that's a much shorter time frame, but it finally caught up. Okay, the GBP finally caught up to the euro in retaliation to the dollar, okay, or in relation to the dollar. So we see that here, and also we're trading in somewhat of a correctional move right here at 134.76, just below 135. We could also see this going back down to maybe 132.5-ish level if we do retrace that far back. Okay, so keep an eye on this as this develops as well. Looking at gold, big rally yesterday, big bounce, about $20 bounce yesterday. We're trading at 1,311 from our low of 1293. Now we mentioned this yesterday that it was a pretty decent place to actually pick this up on the long side, as you can see, just because we've had these previous resistance levels. Okay, so previous resistance, subsequent support, and it's right here. Okay, you can refer to yesterday's daily review to see if I actually said this, and I did. So looking at another commodity of oil, $52 a barrel. Okay, this looks like it really is solidifying and getting a little bit stronger as we're breaking a little bit of relatively new highs, okay, since March or December. If we do break this resistance of 52, we could definitely see it go back to the 70s, okay, as we enter the busiest season of the year, which is fall winter. Okay, so that's something to keep an eye on as well. Looking at the JSC is just trending downwards. Is it? It gapped up earlier this week. We mentioned yesterday that you should look for this, closing of the gap back down to 49,500-ish level. And that's something to keep an eye on here. Okay, let's see if this does break down further. It could be a good short as we, close up this gap. Looking at the Dow Jones, getting weaker. Okay, we are, we make these massive moves ups, and then we just trickle down, okay, which means that there's not enough buying to really sustain these rallies, okay. It looks like they're just pumping and dumping, okay, in a certain sense. But let's see what the consumer numbers come out today, because this could really, change on a dime and start making new highs again. Since we are breaking out higher, consistently on the Dow Jones. So this is something to really keep an eye on today, because it could be a great opportunity on the upside, or if there's a correctional move, obviously on the downside as well. So I'd be more inclined on the upside because we're breaking new highs, okay? But just realize that, there is, in the back over there, there's a little bit of a correctional move that we should anticipate at some point, okay? And we've been mentioning this for quite some time. So that may come, it may parade itself, but just be careful later today. Looking at the DAX as well, we rallied last week, as we mentioned, and kind of just faltering here, not going further down, but not really going up higher either. So we're just, just really for a Monday, just trading sideways, okay, for all intents and purposes. But keep an eye on this as well as this unfolds later today. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.